party tonight? Yeah. Give it up for Tom and Brooke. Look how beautiful Brooke looks tonight. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Kevin. I'm Tom's younger brother. And favorite brother. Well, I actually wrote a speech tonight, but I read it this morning. It was pretty terrible. So I think I'm just going to throw that all out the window and wing it. First of all, I want to thank everybody who traveled to be here tonight. Sincerely, thank you. This is a very special day for our family, and we're so grateful that everyone's able to be here to celebrate Tom and Brooke's love. So thank you, sincerely. Now, growing up as Tom's younger brother, I always found myself looking up to him. And I don't just mean literally looking up to him, but as a role model. You know, when we were real young, I was always just wanting to do whatever it was that you were doing, whether we were playing NHL 97 in the basement, or playing street hockey with our neighbors on Holly Crest, or stealing Teresa's Barbie dolls and throwing them down the sewer. I was always following your lead. It was your lead. I'm sure she deserved it. I'm sure she deserved it. And that trend kind of continued as we grew into young adults. I followed in your footsteps by choosing to go to DeSmet for high school and choosing to go to Mizzou for college. That's right. DeSmet. And yeah, no, I remember my freshman year of college, you were so nice to me. You and a lot of your roommates are here as groomsmen today. We're all so nice to me and my friends, and being sure to always include me in your parties, and I'm very thankful for that. And in fact, my freshman year, on my first day of school, Tom and his roommate Ryan brought in a mini fridge that was an extra one that we needed for our dorm room. And so they brought it in, the two of them carried it, and set it down in our room. They welcomed us to Mizzou and then went on their way. Well, little did I know that Tom had stocked the mini fridge totally full of beer, which was totally a nice move. Well, what I also didn't know was that on their way out, Tom and Ryan had stopped at one of the women who lived down the hallway from us. I lived on the co-ed floor. They knocked on the door of them and said, hey, my brother's got beer. He lives in this room here. You guys should go check it out and introduce yourselves to him, which they did. So clearly you were looking out for me, and I say thank you for that, Tom. Now, after college, Tom had got a job at Merritt's, and he had this incredible job where he's traveling all over the world. I'm sure many of you know about this job. And within a few short years, he stood out enough to where he was offered a promotion that would move him out to California. And I know the decision to leave St. Louis was not an easy one, but Tom, for you, I think it was the best decision you ever made because it allowed you to meet Brooke. Now, Brooke fit in with our family immediately. We all went out to California to meet Tom and Brooke, and we had so much fun together. We did a lot of sightseeing, but my best memory of that was all the time that we spent inside playing Heads Up. And Tom and Brooke, the way that the two of them interacted together, it was just incredible, and I got to see how special of a person you were, Brooke. But my favorite memory of Brooke happened about a year and a half ago. At the time, I was living in Kansas City, and Brooke had an event in Overland Park, which is in the suburbs of Kansas City. And it was the first time Brooke had ever texted me, but she had just landed in NCI, and she said, hey, Kevin, I have an event this next few days. Would you like to have dinner sometime? And that's just Brooke's personality, wanted to be social and meet with me. And so I said, yeah, of course. We ended up going to Q39, which is, well, first of all, I had suggested a few other places, which Brooke shot down immediately. She didn't want to go to Topgolf. She didn't want to go to this other place. but we chose go to Q39, which is the best barbecue in Kansas City, if you guys have never been. But we had a great time. It was, we played, well, yeah, we were having drinks at Q39, and then we were having such a good time that we wanted to keep the night going. And so we went to another bar and ended up shooting pool. This was a work night for me. We ended up staying at that bar, shooting pool, until they closed, I think. So I just had such a great time that night, and Brooke, I want to thank you for being so friendly that night. And it was then that I realized that not only were you such a great person for my brother, but you were someone that I wanted to be friends with myself. So thank you so much. Now, I knew things were getting really serious between Tom and Brooke. It was probably about a year ago, shortly after that time in Kansas City, where we were at Innsbruck at my parents' cabin, and I was out in the back with Tom in the hot tub, and Tom looked at me and he said that I never knew a person like Brooke existed. And what he meant by that was he never knew that there was someone that was so compatible with him on every level, in the sense that when the two of them are together, she's so social, she's got a great sense of humor, she's so passionate and compassionate, but yet at the same time with Tom's lifestyle, as he's out working and traveling, Brooke is also such a professional that she can be out on her own as well. And I knew at that moment that this was the one for Tom, and it was clear to me. And so, Tom, I want to tell you now to look over at Brooke. She exists. She's real. She's here. And she's now, you can say for the first time, she's your wife. So with that, I'd like to raise a toast to Tom and Brooke for a long and happy marriage. Cheers.
Good round of applause for Kevin, everyone.
Shout out to OP.
That was